I've been working with um, a lot of clients that have things going on, that have relationships, and they're looking to have closer relationships. And I've done some couple sessions, and I've also done individual sessions that help people navigate their relationship. So, one of the themes that I'm seeing quite a bit, and when I find myself giving similar suggestions, it becomes a theme. And what seems to happen is when we're in relationship, okay, and if we're, and things begin to get triggered or stirred up, because it's a big deal when we're in a relationship. It means a lot to us. It has to do with love, being loved and loving. And so it goes right to our core in a hurry. And it really feels like when something's not working in that relationship, there's a tendency to think, to project that onto the other person. Like, if only that other person would just not do this, then, or be more like this. Okay, often it has to do with the other person changing in some way or another. This isn't something maybe we like to admit, but seems to be the theme. So I get a lot of people just saying, if he needs to do this and she needs to do this, and I just don't like it when she does this, and of course, that doesn't work really well. Like, getting someone else to change, demanding someone else to change, especially if you're in your relationship, usually doesn't go over very well. Maybe you've noticed, But what you can do is kind of bring that thing back home and find some clarity with it. And this is when, what's it called? Nonviolent communication and NVC. I've also called it using I statements. And it's a simple thing. In fact, this whole concept is so simple that it almost just doesn't seem like it should be true, but it's just amazing how it works. And so it's like I statement. So then it becomes like, when I see you do this, or when you say to me, or you talk to me in this tone, I feel this way. Okay, so you're objectively describing in a fair way what that other person's doing. And then you say, this is how I feel. Okay, and this is what I would like. This is what I need from you. Would you be willing to consider talking in a different tone? It would really help me out. Okay, and so I still may be asking them to change something, but I'm owning it, and I'm saying, I need this. Okay, and I'm saying, I feel this way. When you do this, I feel this way, and then I feel like I feel not as close to you, and I want to feel close to you. And so it has to do with describing us and what we're experiencing in the relationship, and not focusing on what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're experiencing, what their psychological issues are. Like, it's like, oh, well, they have abandonment issues, and so when I do this, it's like, that may be true, okay? But first of all, you're not in a position to be the therapist of someone that you're having an intimate relationship with. So that's their thing. Like, all you can do is, the best thing you can do is describe what it feels like to you. And describe specifically, not in theoretical terms, not in psychobabble, but just like real objective. Like, when you do this or say this, I feel this way. Okay, and it hurts my feelings. When you roll your eyes and tease me, or whatever it might be. And so it's letting go of getting that person to change. It's letting go of analyzing the other person. It's letting go of thinking about what their issues are, and thinking more about what your issues are. Like, well, what is my thing? if I feel this way, maybe that's not all about her. Maybe she's just being her. And when she says this, then I feel this way. Maybe it doesn't mean she should change. Maybe it means, well, first of all, there's all these misunderstandings it clears up. She's like, oh, I didn't mean that at all. And it's like, oh, and actually it's like, it doesn't seem like she really did mean that. So it clears up all that stuff. And then also it's my issue. Okay, if she said, if I'm getting triggered or I'm upset or I'm getting angered or I need her to do something differently, it's really good to remember that that's my issue. It's not her issue. She's just being her, or he's just being him, whichever. It's like they're just being them, right? And I'm having an issue with the way they are, or the way they are saying things, or the way they're behaving. So it's just really good to keep into context that it's my issue with the way they are. But see, it doesn't feel like that. We think we make it their issue. Okay, typically, not everyone, hopefully, but there's a tendency to make it their issue. It's like bringing it back home. It's like, okay, when she says this, it's really upsetting to me. Okay, so I wonder why that is. First of all, is she being mean-spirited, or what? I could ask her about it, and she's like, no. So then it's like, okay, it's my issue. So how am I viewing this? What is it bringing up in me? Okay, and then I can do something about it. I can change me really well. Maybe I get someone to help me. I could see a coach or a therapist or someone to help me, which I do, by the way. I see a coach and work through these things, but that's just my choice. But some of the best money I ever spend, by the way. And but anyway, it's like then I can work on me. And if I'm working on me, if I'm sharing me, saying this is how I feel, this is what I need, that keeps me pretty busy. And then I'm sharing me, and then she can share her. Okay, or it could, but that's just, I'm using myself as an example here. And then it doesn't get all like, I don't know what the word is, just like crossfired. It's not really the word that I want. It doesn't get all tangled up because it's just really simple. It's like, this is what I'm experiencing. I'm saying it to her. I'm saying it to myself. What's going on here? What can I do? What do I need? When people do that, and I have clients that are doing this right now. I have a really cool couple that's doing this. They're breaking the habit of like blaming each other, analyzing each other, saying all this stuff, asking the other to change. They're breaking that habit, and they're just like saying, hey, this is what's going on with me. And they're saving themselves so many nightmares that don't need to happen. So that's my video for this week, and that's my invitation. So I hope thank you for watching this blog, by the way, and I really hope you're really enjoying your summer. And as you go through it in relationship, and that could be a romantic relationship with your boss, with your friend, with your kid, with your parent, is like really maybe consider bringing it home and just owning that this is how I feel, and state it that way. And if I got something I don't like, let's start with me. What don't I like about it? And are they just being them? And is it or can I ask for what I need? And to just try that on. And I think if you're like me and like some of my clients, I think you'll really appreciate the simplicity and the clarity that it brings to your relationships. And I will see you in a week.